Hi, welcome to the research portion of our show, and with us today is Ralph Turchiano.
And thank you for that intro. Today we have 3 articles and possibly 1 bonus article if we have time. The first article is going to be chewing gum can make you fat. Second article is why you may hate working out in the gym. And the third article, now known as the Monsanto Protection Act, signed by one of our illustrious leaders, not industrious, otherwise he'd be working. All right, outside of that, we have 3 articles. First one coming up is chewing gum can make you fat. Guess why? Well, let's back up. This was done at Ohio State University, and what they did is they basically wanted to see people's appetites in regards to chewing gum. Interesting enough is you do eat less meals chewing gum. But, however, you eat more calories. Why is that? Well, it's a chemical in chewing gum called methanol. Methanol has an interesting effect when combining with fruits and vegetables. It makes them taste bitter, meaning you're not going to want to eat fruits and vegetables, but you're going to crave sweet foods instead. And this is what it comes down to. Scientists have discovered that people who chew gum eat more high-calorie sweet foods because what is responsible for the minty flavor, as we discussed, methanol, makes savory foods, especially fruits and vegetables, taste unpleasant. So something to think about when giving your kids gum is basically if you're trying to get them to eat the fruits and vegetables, they're not going to want to do it. And even if you give them fruit-flavored gum, they found out, even though not as conclusive, that the fruit-flavored gum made them not want to eat fruit, contrary to belief. They also said the chemical change is the same reason why you brush your teeth and you drink orange juice, it tastes bad. Science discovered that people who chew gum do eat more high-calorie sweet foods, because it's the only thing left that tastes good. Those who've been eating fruit-flavored gum, again, as we said, lost interest in eating fruits. The researchers also discovered that people who chew gum do tend to eat fewer meals, as we stated before, but that did not translate into fewer calories because they were craving more of those sweet foods. So something to think about. We normally think about gum being good for dieting because we offset it by chewing. No. If food manufacturers know this, they would love to throw a little bit of mint in before your dinner. This way you're eating more sugars and sweets. All right, outside of that, do you hate working out at the gym? You're not lazy. It's genetic, scientists claim. Well, I can't wait for that excuse. Yeah, honey, I'm not going to go to the gym today because genetically I'm just not ready for it. All right, so as we begin to devolve our population, this is what they say. 50% of why you want to go to a gym or not is determined by your genetics. Why? Is because, in their words, while some people experience euphoria from endorphins after exercise, others will find the mood plummet due to their psychobiological inner voice, scientists claim. Your genetics screaming at you saying, oh, this is not good. All right, and this was also done at Iowa State University. They found that people's tolerance to pain factors caused by exercise could be up to 50% genetic. So when playing your slave race, look for those genes which make them endure pain, because I guess they'll want to work more. Why? Well, besides athletes being referred to in this article as benign masochists, they discovered, it just blows away, that some people's physical capacity is much lower than they even realize. So even low-impact tasks like cooking dinner could be enough to tire you out. Can you imagine that? Now, that doesn't sound genetically right, but would you be so genetically inclined that even trying to make food to eat is a tiring experience? And we're not talking Iron Chef or anything like that. We're just talking preparing a sandwich. So that's something to think about. And as they stated too, as people approach their maximum capacity, negative reaction is unavoidable. Most people, 60% of the maximum capacity would be enough for them to tire out. But however, in the genetic range for an elite athlete, it'd be 80% of their maximum capacity before they tire out. For the average sedentary individual, that barrier is 35%. So yes, going to make a sandwich, going to grab your own glass of water, washing your car, throwing laundry in the wash machine, throwing dishes in the dishwasher, by some odd means, can actually blow your aerobic capacity or genetic capacity to work out. So can't wait till your teenager pulls that excuse on you. Mom, Dad, it's just out of my genetics. All right. Outside of that, another one that came out, and this hit the wave as far as the blogs and the internet recently, but it did not make your daily news. The Obama signs the Monsanto Protection Act, written by Monsanto-sponsored senator. And this has nothing to do with Democrat or Republican, because obviously the bill was written by a Republican senator that basically got a lot of campaign contributions from Monsanto. But again, the Obama administration has appointed Monsanto executives to very high positions all throughout government, from the FDA to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So it's basically a joint effort. Well, what am I talking about primarily? It's Bill H.R. 933. Well, after this bill passed, they discovered 78 pages into the bill was something called, but was referred to as the Monsanto Protection Act. Now think about this. This is a conspiracy theorist dream. First thing that happens in California, the laws get shot down, preventing you from labeling what's GMO. Now, this bill passes, H.R. 933, and 78 pages hidden in the bill is an act which does this. Basically, what it does, it gives the Monsanto and any other GMO crop a 1-year waiver where there's absolutely no legal recourse when they go to plant a crop. Whether it harms people or not, you never have to know. Meaning if that genetically modified crop, for example, kills butterflies, bees, doesn't make a difference. You have no legal recourse. And here it goes. Basically, the Obama bill ignored the petition. 250,000 people signed a petition to get him to stop this, and asking the president to veto the spending bill over this biotech rider. But Obama ignored it. Instead of choosing to sign a bill that effectively bars federal courts from being able to halt the sale or planting of GMO or GE crops and seeds, no matter what the health consequences from the consumption of these products may come to light in the future. The U.S. Department of Agriculture oversaw and approved or denied the testing of genetically modified seeds, while the federal courts retained the authority to halt the testing or sale of these plants if it felt that the public was being jeopardized. Now, with H.R. 933, where the federal courts come in to help protect you, guess what? The court system no longer has the right to step in and protect the consumer. That's why it's called the Monsanto Protection Rider. And basically it goes on as far as this. 1 year is what they have. It all takes to cause what's called catastrophic damage to the environment by allowing laboratory-produced organisms to be planted into the earth without oversight. Without oversight. Under the Monsanto Protection Act, health concerns that arise in the immediate future involving these planting of GMO crops won't be able to be heard by a judge. Meaning once they release or open Pandora's box, they cannot close it. What does this mean? Well, obviously it means that genetic testing is not going to take place the same scrutiny that it used to. Why? Because now we can do whatever we want to. We don't have to even label it genetically modified. It could be, let's say, for example, what happened with starling corn. Remember that? What occurred is a corn species got put in the distribution route by accident through the grain silos, ended up being in Taco Bell, and generally a lot of individuals ended up getting anaphylactic shock because the peanut protein that was found in the corn that was not meant for human consumption entered the system. Well, obviously, in this case, under H.R. 933, there is no legal recourse. They can continue to sell it for a year, even if it's harming, damaging, or destroying the environment, and that is a freedom which should never be given to a major multi-billion-dollar corporation. Unfortunately, my time is up, and I'm finishing this as, and research H.R. 933. Please be blown away.
Thank you very much. You would think governments would seek to protect their people. Do your research. Any help we can give you, you can contact us at the vitamin and herb stores. Thank you very much.